Hi, my name is Clara and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, I'm an Irish YouTuber living in Ireland. If you do know me, thanks for coming back. I also have no lip gloss on, don't judge me. Ages ago I got a wedding dress from JJ's house for a video and it's been sitting in my wardrobe ever since. And recently I went to my Instagram to ask people what colour I should tie-dye the wedding dress. People overwhelmingly voted red and green for Mayo. And I wanted to do it to mark the year 2021, seeing as it is the year that Mayo will win the Sam Maguire Cup in the GAA All-Ireland football final. I said, fuck it, I'll do it, and then I'll have this dress to wear on All-Ireland final day. Some people did say that I should donate the dress. What I want to say to that is it is a dress that was gifted to me from JJ's house. It is worth about $70, I think, retails about that, and it is specifically made to my very tiny measurements. So not only would it be sold for more than it's worth if I was to donate it to a second-hand shop, it's not going to fit anyone. The aim here is not to destroy this wedding dress so it never gets worn again. The aim is to make it a more functional dress that I can wear more than once. Maybe I'll wear it to a wedding of someone from Mayo, and maybe I'll wear it to the All-Ireland final, and maybe I'll just wear it just to wear it. Who knows? Before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel. And I also have merch and Patreon links down below in the description. Please consider supporting the channel on Patreon because it's how I keep these shenanigans going. Now onto the saga of dyeing this dress. I had a look online to see how I could do this without making it look like a pile of shite. I got some polyester dye and some red, like, dimensional fabric paint. Now I thought I was buying lace paint, but sure, listen, sure, look, here we are. Yeah, I think the dimensional fabric paint might have been the wrong way to go, but sure, listen, sure, look. It'll be fine. It will be fine. It'll be fine. Fill a pot with enough warm water for the fabric to move freely. Add fabric, bring to a boil. Jesus, I have to boil the dress. So I thought I was going to be doing this in cold water, which is hence why I'm filming on the floor. I thought I was going to get a pot here and stir it. Having to boil it adds a new level of complexity that I had not anticipated, and that complexity being my husband being mad that I'm using a pot. I may have to regroup here.
But I don't really want you to use my pot, so that's the end of that story.
Our pot. You're so annoying. You don't let me do anything for. Okay, I'm regrouping. I'm going to buy this Rit dye more for synthetic fabrics, and we'll see then what my options are. €40 with delivery. Jesus Christ. It's going to deliver between February 25th and March 6th, which does mean I have to wait a little bit longer, but patience, my friend, is a virtue. And that'll learn me to do more research the first time around. This is actually very exciting. I've just gotten what sounds like liquid in the post. Alex is like, why are you ordering liquid? Red synthetic dye, green synthetic dye. Can you see it? Can you see it? So these are for the dress. Let's do a thumbnail. What had I decided on? I've totally forgotten. It was to dye the top half red and the bottom half green, wasn't it? If swallowed, call poison control immediately. Do not induce vomiting. Okay, I won't be drinking it then. I was so worried I'd wreck it at first, but I don't think I'm gonna wreck it now. I think this is going to be the best dress ever. I'm definitely going to wear it when Mayo wins All-Ireland. Okay. I talked to Alex's sister about it, and she said that the hack that she does is she just pours boiling water into a bucket and stirs it in the bucket and keeps topping up the boiling water. So I'm going to try that. I've figured out that what I'm going to do is I'm going to dye the underskirt green, and I'm going to dye the lace on the top and hopefully the overskirt red. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to get a bin bag, I'm going to poke a little hole in it, and then I'm going to feed the inside skirt out through that hole and then tie up the rest so they can't get any dye in it. How genius is that? It just hit me last night. For every pound of dry fabric, I don't know what a pound is, use a half a bottle of dye with 3 gallons of water. What's a gallon? A gallon sounds like a fucking load of water. So I found this stick in the shed, which I'm going to use. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to use it to stir it. This is so smart. I am so smart. It's some more tea. Before dyeing, blah, blah, blah. Pre-wash fabric, didn't do that. Okay. Half a bottle of this. Why do they make it so hard to open? They're like, don't put it in your mouth, but you won't be able to open with your hands. Half a bottle. Oh God. Is that enough? Right, let's stir and see what happens. I'm gonna be very upset if this doesn't work. It says you're meant to stir it like for 30 minutes on the boil, and it's meant to have enough water to move around. And while it does have enough more water to move around, it's very difficult to like stir one half of a dress while the other dress is trying to stay out of the water. So definitely more difficult than I expected. Gosh, stinks. Row, row, row your boat. I think I'm just gonna listen to a podcast. Listen to the Frenemies podcast. Right now the dress is looking like white fabric submerged in green water. And when you lift it out, it just looks like the fabric is kind of dirty. So that's great. Hopefully that's not what it's gonna turn out like. Timer for 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm wearing 2 watches. It's because Alex wants a step competition and he only has a Fitbit. And even though I upgraded to this bad boy here, he wants me to wear the Fitbit for the steps. So, the things you do for love. Okay, red. Fuck it. The red seems to be taking way better, and possibly it's because I used a whole bottle of red. It said only use half a bottle of green on the green packet, but I should have just ignored it. Oopsies, I went a little too high with the red. Hopefully it works out. Okay, so the red is actually all over my hands, and I put my fingers in my mouth without thinking, so let's hope I don't die. But just know that if I die suddenly in the next couple of weeks, I got writ dye on my finger, under my fingernails, and put my fingers into my mouth. So that's probably why. I'm not fucking around now. I don't want to die. I want to still be able to get pregnant. Oh my God, this is so red. Holy shit. Me and my beard. Claire, you can't put that in. I am wrecked. Fucking hell. Also, this is really dirty. Alex keeps giving out to me about this because apparently this cost €200 when I put it in. And he thinks we shouldn't have put it in because it's really annoying. And I'm like, well, if we ever used this shower, we would know if it was useful. Look, it's useful. The toilet's not red. So, game set and match me. Okay, so it's sometime later. I left the dress to drip dry. And then when it wasn't drying, I brought it downstairs and put it into the washing machine with an old towel and gave it a rinse and a spin. And then I gave it a quick spin in the dryer, even though you're probably not supposed to dry these kind of dresses in the dryer. But it's not fully dry. But I just wanted to see what it looked like. And I must say, when I took it out, I was quite surprised. There's immediately a few issues come to mind here. Can you see it? The lines on the lace took the dye really well. And then behind the lines, the sort of sticky outy lines, it's baby pink, like it's only barely dyed. I actually really like that effect. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work when you're trying to only have the dress red and green though. It's kind of like red and, like if I was making this dress pink, I'd be delighted with that. It is quite nice. And then if you come down here to the skirt, you'll notice there's no green, except actually there is green, but it's just unfortunate that underneath the 2 layers of overskirt, because they took the dye so well, you actually can't even tell there's a green underskirt, which is disappointing to say the very least. And here you'll notice that my audio cuts out because I had accidentally plugged the microphone out. I was talking a lot here about how I liked the dress, except for the god-awful green bit in the back. I don't know how I'm going to fix that. Oh, look at me! Twirling. I love dresses. And I was like, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. But I'm watching it now. I'm like, oh God, that looks really bad. It just looks like you've got a green arsehole. Which I'm just not sure is the look that I was going for. I realise now I should have done at least one of the tulle layers green. That's on me. Probably should have done green on the top and red on the bottom, considering red is such a stronger colour. But the green came out really green, and I thought the green was going to be a stronger colour, but it turns out it wasn't. I think either way the 2 different parts of the dress would have taken the dye differently, and this would have came out this way. But sure, listen, sure, look, you have to learn the hard way, because you don't learn the easy way. If you like this video, you might like the video where Alex picked the dress for me in the first place, or you might like this video, which I haven't decided yet what it will be. So it's like a lucky dip. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Slán slán.